Welcome to YellBro Road. I am Jordan, and today we're going to react to some Alex Jones with more about Iran. Like the short video I watched, although very much making excuses for Trump and some cringy takes, and going way back to the PNAC documents just to blame neocons and say Trump is not one of them. Don't ask. It's Alex Jones. Maybe I can get like better of an understanding of where he's coming from with a longer form video. So that's what we're going to do today, along with some other stuff. But before I get started, don't forget to share support. Hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please, if you want to join the Discord, join up. We're in that Discord right now. All opinions are welcome, including the dumb fuck Cal Kalinske dick-riding fuckface fan club members. Even you guys are allowed with your dumb fuck arguments. I mean, they're just as bad as, sorry, Dubster, but they're as bad as you. They're like, oh, this is what you get. This is what you get for voting for Trump. You Trump supporter. This is what you get. Leave Kyle alone, you Trump supporter.
I didn't say that.
No, you say the other team.
I didn't say that.
You say the other team. But it's, I mean,
What
the
other
lowest. What do you call
Dubster's
me,
our friend.
Bernie, bro?
He's not like that.
Or I voted for Democrats, which didn't happen.
He's just yanking your chain.
When did I say that? What I've said about this war to you so far is,
In
well, it's
general,
over. Now what?
Over a period of time for years, you've called me a Bernie supporter. Sometimes joking,
You are a Bernie
sometimes
supporter.
sounding serious.
No,
like that.
no, I have never been joking.
Okay, got it. Well, what I'm saying is very lame, single brain cell.
I agree. Being a Bernie
thinking.
Sanders supporter is pretty fucking lame.
Anyways, I'm not a Bernie supporter. Either way, I expect the
Liar.
team players to fucking play
Not
with that
anymore.
And do that. I would expect
He's
them to
not
do
a Bernie.
I was never a Bernie supporter. I had to point out things to Bernie fans that they weren't listening to. And then once they found out, they just disappear. Poof. Like Batman. They puff of smoke and they're gone.
I'm still here, you motherfucker.
Were you one of those Bernie supporters?
He did me dirty. No, but I did support him in 2016.
Fair enough.
And then after that, never again.
Well, it is what it is. I expect fans to behave like fans and not like adults or not like critical thinkers. They're just out here playing fucking team sports. It's lame. But yeah, if you want to join,
what kind of like a big, like a bathroom fan or like a big fucking kitchen fan?
Well, either way,
articulating fan.
The door is open, Kyle fans. I dare you to. I dare you to. Come on here, make an argument, and say how much I'm a Trump supporter. Please go ahead. I'd love to hear it. Obviously, they can't do it. They'd have to make up reality, but it is what it is. A lot of people do that.
I support Trump.
I'm not talking about you. Anyways, let's keep it moving. Also,
I don't agree with this.
Everything I show you will be linked in that same description box for you to look at on your own, including stuff like this, which I find hilarious, this image. Every country the U.S. has attacked in the 21st century and which president or presidents authorized the strikes. Now, it's funny. Now, some people, once again, these team players will focus on, look, Trump's in every single one of them, see? But what I see is a parody of 4 different administrations doing horrendous shit around the world. Like a team. Almost like they're the same fucking team.
Team America! Fuck yeah!
That is what we're looking at. Don't worry, Canada's not safe from this either. Or the UK. Or the UK, France, a lot of European countries, Germany are about to jump in this war against Iran, by the way. They're about to hop in too. And they were basically backing all these things as well. Minus, what, Venezuela maybe? But I'm sure there's even interest going into that stuff. But Western allies have all been a part of these conflicts too. So, like, it is what it is. This is a global thing of devil-worshipping fuckfaces. Just being honest.
The oil funding is BP and Exxon for Venezuela, so England's in there.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just
interesting enough. BP was created, in the whole original conflict with Iran, and them trying to extract oil from Iran.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's the one the BP was created a corporation.
Thank God these guys are so smart and righteous. Thank God for them, huh? They would never take advantage
And
of
British.
a bad scenario. But let's play more, or let's show more. Another meme. As you can see on the left, Americans who oppose war, and then the other side, Americans who oppose war except when their candidate is in office, which you'll see left, right, up, and down. Although I will say this, when it comes to the Democrat side of things, I think they know to like shut their mouths from the presidency downward. And then it seems like those guys that fall in line with the Barack Obama. We saw the list, right? We saw Barack Obama and Joe Biden on there. What Democrats seem to do, stereotypically, not everyone, but a lot of them, what they do is they grab their pillows, fluff it up a little bit, and go right the fucking sleep. Seemingly. They don't bother to show up to get mad about something. They just go back to sleep.
It's because they're betas.
They're betas that you got tricked into wanting to start essentially a culture war against, these betas.
The beta fish.
Meanwhile, you're saying they're beta with no power, but you had to go out of your way to try to fight them, didn't you? Look at that.
The alphas will.
What does that make you?
Go to war and they'll
exactly.
Feel bad
He's
about
an
it
alpha.
later.
Let's keep it moving. Now, this is going to be a compilation of takes before the whole Iran war thing happened. Let's just play. Here we go.
The war in Iraq, we spent $2 trillion, thousands of lives. We don't even have it. Iran is taking over Iraq with the second largest oil reserves in the world. Obviously,
you sound so fucking young there. That's weird.
George Bush made a mistake. We can make mistakes, but that one was a beauty. We should have never been in Iraq. We have destabilized the Middle East.
But so you still think he should be impeached?
I think it's my turn, isn't it?
You do whatever you want. You call it whatever you want. I want to tell you, they lied.
Okay.
They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none. There were no weapons of mass destruction.
All right.
The war in Iraq.
We've
spent $8 trillion in the Middle East, and we're not fixing our roads in this country. How stupid is it? And we're not fixing our highways, our tunnels, our bridges, our hospitals even, our schools even. It's crazy. We've spent...
And next.
But America's interest is sometimes going to be distinct. Like sometimes we're going to have overlapping interests, and sometimes we're going to have distinct interests. And our interest, I think, very much is in not going to war with Iran, right? It would be a huge distraction of resources. It would be massively expensive to our country. Yeah. But America's
interest... next.
Here are the steps that Donald Trump has taken to create a war with Iran. First, he tore up the Iran nuclear agreement.
I am announcing today that the United States will withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal.
Second, he has escalated crippling sanctions against Iran.
The sanctions kicking in at midnight Sunday target Iran's oil exports, banking, and shipping, although UN inspectors say Iran is still complying with the nuclear deal.
The United States will pursue additional sanctions, tougher than ever before.
He designated Iran's military as a terrorist organization.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has announced that the U.S. has designated...
Dude, the wind is blowing into her hair in this video.
The United States is continuing to build its maximum pressure campaign against the Iranian regime. I am announcing our intent to designate the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, including its Quds Force, as a foreign terrorist organization.
With this terror designation, the U.S. can sanction pretty much anybody who talks to or deals with or has any business whatsoever with the IRGC.
And fourth, he continues to deploy more and more.
Oh my God, she's fucking amazing.
Oh,
Pentagon authorized an additional 1,000 American troops in the Middle East in response to growing concerns.
The Trump administration.
I would love for people to hear the fucking video, and I can't turn you down.
I thought he was talking about Amy showed up.
All right, here we go.
She's fucking amazing.
Announced yesterday that a U.S. aircraft carrier and a bomber task force are being sent to areas closer to Iran.
Yes, there will indeed be hell to pay. Let my message today be very clear. We are watching, and we will come after you.
We've got to stop Donald Trump from starting a war with Iran. I'm asking you to join me and support my legislation, the No More Presidential Wars Act. To qualify for the third...
I think we get the fucking picture. Who knows what happened to her? She threatened. Was she always full of shit from the beginning? Take your guess, but at this point, you know she's full of shit, right? Just be honest. And this is what all these guys are like. I mean, if this is the language being used from Trump to Vance to Tulsi, and there's others, by the way. I mean, just blatantly. Now there's okay with what's happening now. All of a sudden,
she's a shapeshifter. She's got a gray streak in her hair now.
As I think she's had it for a long while, but whatever.
Look, she doesn't in this photo.
She does. You just don't see
I
it.
think she dyes that shit, and I think she
It's
lies.
right there,
she said
but you can't see it.
She said it's from stress.
It's right there, but you can't see
or
it.
whatever.
That makes
I
no
think
sense.
I think she dyes it in.
Yeah, it's right there, but you can't
I
see
think
it.
she has a little bit of gray.
It's right there.
And then she just gets a dye job and then does the old fucking the rogue X-Men rogue style.
Her hair is whatever to me right now. The point is the strong rhetoric in one direction and then the flip when they actually get in office to be so mind blowing to people, right? It's like, holy fuck, what are we doing? But I think people are now normalized towards it, to where there's no real stressing about it, no real anger about it. It's just not everyone. I think a lot of people are a little bit more desensitized to this stuff, unfortunately, because your care is probably servicing probably somewhere around the solution. I think care, you got to start with that, right? And figure things out from there.
Well,
but
we're in it, so we got to win it. That's my care.
We're not gonna win it.
No one asked, but I get
Nobody wins.
You just did. You asked what our care was.
Anyways, here's JD Vance.
Like a giant baby.
Yeah, here's JD Vance.
He has such
saying,
a little baby face.
I mean, do you want a room by like? What do you want here? You're apparently
I do.
staring at everyone's looks right now.
Baby face JD.
Well, whack off and quiet, prop, please. Spank
It's
the
just
monkey
weird
in your
'cause,
private time.
Like, just looking at like Pam Bondi's like 28. Like these people are fucking young. It's fucking to me. It's crazy looking at them and being like, yo.
What? Aren't they all in their like 40s and shit? Like, all right. Whatever.
I think he's in his early 40s or late 30s, and then what is it, Pam? Like I'm pretty sure it's Pam Bondi. She's like 28.
Yeah. Well,
no, she's not.
Yeah, she's not 28. She's in her 40s for sure.
No, I'm pretty sure. No, Pam Bondi is 28.
She is not.
No, never mind, not that lady. Not that lady. Not Pam Bondi.
Yeah,
who's the other blonde?
You mean Carol? You mean Carolyn Levitt, the press secretary lady? All right, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, let's keep it moving. Here's JD Vance. Here we go.
I certainly empathize.
Yeah, 28, 1997. That's fucking crazy.
After 25 years.
I'm gonna try this again. Here we go.
I certainly empathize with Americans who are exhausted after 25 years
of
foreign entanglements in the Middle East. I understand the concern, but the difference is that back then we had dumb presidents, and now we have a president who actually knows how to accomplish America's national security objectives. So this is not going to be some long, drawn-out thing. We've got in, we've done the job of setting their
fucking do a
nuclear
regime
program
change. They didn't
back.
know how to do a regime change.
Permanently dismantle that nuclear program over the coming years, and that is what the president has set out to do. Simple principle. Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. That has animated American policy over the past 130 days. It's going to continue to be a driving force of our policy in the Middle East for the next 3.5 years.
I mean,
3 more years. 3 more years.
His answer is, well, those guys were dumb. Is his fucking answer. I'm like, if you guys, this is preemptive. If you guys are thinking about voting for this fucking idiot as your president, good luck to you. But then again, I'm sure you're already warned about Trump or Obama or Biden or Bush. I'm sure you were already warned, but you did it anyways. Because fuck it, YOLO.
Hey, dude. He promised us no more wars, no more foreign wars that had nothing to do with us.
No, you were told. You were told. On repeat, because you've been around here. You've been told on repeat. You actually you literally have no excuse.
We told you, Dubster. Remember?
I didn't vote.
Remember?
You have given verbal endorsements of these motherfuckers.
And I still do.
Why?
So once again, you can see that he's still being
that
warned.
stubborn that you can't?
No, he wants to be the center of
Because
this
they're
fucking
better than
conversation right
having-
now. But whatever, I'm moving on.
Because they're better Democrats.
All right, let's continue.
Bro.
I have Nancy Mace, where people would believe that she would be kind of against you. Like, right, she's asking for the Epstein files. Maybe she's a little bit different than the other ones, right? Maybe she's not full scale into war. But here's the statement here. Iran is not Iraq. Anyone saying otherwise doesn't understand Middle East geopolitics, the Iranian people, their neighbors, or the diaspora. The Iranian people hate hate this regime. The Gulf states hate this regime. The world is safer without this regime. And then blowback and consequences happen. Although she's aware of that, but it's her job to lie to her audience. It's her job. Lie to her constituents, her audience on Twitter or wherever she speaks at. That's her job. I wish I could, like, I know that may not sound as so sinister. I'm not like screaming and yelling about it, but like that should like strike you. Be like, damn, motherfuckers are here just to lie to me. Because they know they can't do it without us. So they have to lie to us to trick us into doing stupid shit. And she's another one of them. Another IQ test fail.
This almost sounds, this quote, Iran is not Iraq, sounds like it's a copy and paste from Iraq is not Afghanistan.
Yeah. Basically. Or this Iraq war will be different than the original Gulf Wars. All right. But anyways, let's keep it moving.
That's what Obama said, actually, Dubster.
Either it doesn't matter. It's one blob of malignant psyches.
War.
Malignant psyches. Individuals with malignant psyches. Pathologies that take their bullshit out on the rest of the world, whether knowingly or not. That's what I say. I would hope for like regular people to cure that type of illness within themselves so that they don't have to, that'll never be a thing for them. And in fact, they might be able to spot it in others. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's keep it moving. Here's another lady where it's like, oh, there's a new person in Congress, new young hip chick, fucking hottie, right? Telling us about aliens and Epstein files, right? Well, here's this.
And what I will say is for parents that have their children in the military and or if you are married to a service member, your friend, etc. First of all, President Trump, the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Defense have a very well-planned tactics ahead. And your children are not going to be put in harm's way for unnecessary action. The president, the White House, and this administration has made it very clear that they are not pursuing boots on the ground. This is simply not what the Democrat media is saying in that it's regime change. Ultimately, what we were made aware of is in the southern belt of Iran, there was actually short-range missiles that were posing direct threat. And remember, during the peace talks last week with Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff, the Iranian regime was completely obstinate and not wanting to actually negotiate in good faith. They wanted to continue with a nuclear enrichment program, which President Trump has been very consistent, as well as bipartisan membership in Congress to never accept. And as a result of those failed negotiations on the part of Iran, you saw action taken place by the U.S. government.
Blah, 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 blah.
That teleprompter is ripping fast, bro. She was going quick.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't help but see transparently, like how stupid this woman is. You can see how dumb she is. You can see it on her face. She's dumb as rocks. She just
really wants to be famous on TV.
Dumb as rocks.
That's what I'm getting.
YOLO, bro. Just want to be part of the action, you know? Ben? Let's keep it going with more. Do I even need to explain?
Where the hell you get all these clips? God damn!
I found them. I don't know.
He selectively
shotgun blast, bro.
He selectively finds them to favor his narrative.
Now,
fucking buckshot all over.
When I think of Devil Worshiper, this guy's face is one of the first things I think of. Is Lindsey fucking Graham? I'm just being honest.
Lizard.
He'd be hanging out with Epstein, I feel, with a face like that.
Let's hear Lindsey Graham's take while I swat down children in the background.
So old, bro.
Here we go.
First thing you can do, in my view, to a military member or a unit is to not finish the job. We can't let our enemies believe that we're unable to pay a price for our freedom and our security. So I know the fallen would want us to continue. I know their comrades are ready to get back in the fight. We'll never be safe if our enemies believe we cannot take casualties or risk.
I mean, I want him to just go, Lindsey Graham, go to one of these funerals, sit right in front of someone's mom crying her eyes out that they lost their fucking child and say, listen, they would want us to finish the job. You understand that, right? We got to keep going. You understand? They would want us to keep fighting. They wouldn't want to reverse time and be like, damn, I should have never signed up for this shit. They wouldn't want to do that. They'd want to keep going and kill as many Iranians as you can. That's what your child would want. I want him to show up and say that to their fucking faces. He can't.
Why is his name?
'Cause he's a coward.
Why does he got a female fucking first name?
Moving on. Now, that's fun.
He's fucking 70 years old, bro. He looks like he's knocking at death's door and he's 90.
This one's going to be quite lovely. Now, we've heard of these guys.
Pat Robertson, right?
This is Hagee. A different guy.
Okay. John Hagee, right?
This guy has been preaching this shit for a very long while. And it's like, when I'd say, like, there's a certain type of interpretation of religion to where it's like, oh, you guys work for the other guys, the other team. You claim it's God and Jesus and love and happiness. It's not, though. They want war and burning and ember and fucking ashes everywhere. Because that's what's roaming in that psyche of his. That's why when he looks at those stories, he sees fire and brimstone because that's what's rattling in his psyche. Anyways, let's hear this fucking crazy person talk out loud. Here we go.
God bless you, Mr. President, for being a friend of Israel. God bless you for having the courage.
Like a fucking Jumbotron or something, like a Titantron from wrestling. The fuck is that doing in a church? Who needs that in a fucking church? God's coming. Operation Epic Fury. God's coming. Are you fucking kidding me? Like people need to
like 80s fucking 80s action movies.
People need to be real about this shit. This guy knows nothing about fucking God. Not a fucking thing about it. He's a guy with a pathological mindset, taking it out on terraforming the rest of the world with his devil-worshipping fucking ideas. Unfortunately, you can see plenty of victims in the crowd. I mean, I'm sure there's some that are with it that have that same bullshit in their psyches. But there's also a lot of just dummies with empty heads being filled in with this fucking idiot shit. All in the name of something that's supposed to be
his hat
love,
indoors.
Compassion, mercy. Those concepts are like, no, not there. We need fire and brimstone. And by the way, him, his kids, his probably even secondary fucking cousins will see no fucking action in regards to this stuff. It'll be someone else. It'll be in the crowd. Someone in the crowd or the kids of someone in the crowd. They're going to eat these bullets, bombs, and fire. He's going to watch from the sidelines and say, this is what God wants. Here we go.
To do what others feared to do.
Oh my God, he looks
God
like a demon.
bless our fighting forces in the Middle East in the brilliant execution. God bless our forces in the Middle East in the brilliant execution of Operation Epic Fury.
Yo.
Today we will discover in Bible prophecy that God has
Hell yeah, brother.
Fury. He has planned for Iran
Amalek
in the near future. Stay tuned in the television audience. Let's read Psalms 122, 6 through 9. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May they prosper who love you. Peace be within your walls. prosperity within your palaces. For the sake of my brethren and companions, I will now say peace be unto you.
Be with
because
you.
of the house of the Lord our God, I will seek your good. Can we?
Which clearly means let's blow the fucking shit up out of the Middle East. Clearly that's what that all meant. Peace be with you. With bombs. Clearly what was meant in the fucking Bible. Where bombs didn't fucking exist yet, by the way. I'm sure God meant fucking fighter pilots and drones and fucking Tomahawk missiles. Stupid. Stupid liars working for the other team. Let's just be honest about this. The psychological phenomenon of how a human, in their imagination, conjured the idea of a devil or a Satan or a demon. That idea, these guys actually follow. I'm just saying. There's a lot of religious people like that, right, Dubster? You know what I'm saying? But all right, here we go.
Pray together. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, as we gather in this house,
Yeah, I
today,
agree. There's a lot of religious
we pray
people
for
crazy.
the peace of Jerusalem and the many Christians in Iran that will now be free to worship you in spirit and in truth. The Word of God commands us to pray for the peace of Jerusalem, for they shall prosper that love you. We thank you for the fabulous military victory.
If Jesus was around, these guys would kill him, right? They'd try to kill him. The guy screaming peace and harmony and mercy, they'd try to kill that guy. 100%. Here we go.
Over the enemies of Israel this week. The Bible says, he that keepeth Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. We thank you for our President, Donald Trump.
Okay. Yeah, thank God for Donald Trump. All right, let's get to the main event part. Alex Jones. Fuck. I'll be nice. I'll be fair and play their ass. Just, short fuse today. Let's hit play. Here we go.
Trump, whose wise courage has crushed the enemies of Zion. Today we rejoice in the prophetic scriptures of Ezekiel revealing God's Operation Fury for the enemies of Israel.
Ezekiel the angel.
King David writes
God's
in the Psalms
of
Israel, you shall break them with a rod of iron. You shall dash them in pieces.
Armageddon.
Like
He's citing Armageddon.
In
Hell
Jesus'
yeah.
name, amen.
YellBro.
Amalek.
Amen.
YellBro.
Amen.
He's saying this is Armageddon.
Of course he is. He's been saying
Armageddon.
it every day for fucking 80 fucking years. Every day is fucking Armageddon to that guy. And he's trying to make it happen, which would scare you a little bit more. But at least he's open with his pathology, right? Some people hide it. Scariest one, right? But anyways, let's move on to someone who hides their pathology. Let's be honest, Alex Jones. Let's hear his take after having some more time to think about it and reading some more news stories. All right, to be fair to Alex, my favorite content creator, let's hear more from Alex Jones. Here we go.
You should be fair to your favorite content creator.
Well, the United States and
That
Israel
AC/DC?
to bombard cities all
Right,
across
AI.
Iran and take out their military. The Ayatollah has been confirmed dead by state-run media.
Have to be ready in case he shows
And
crazy
now
violent.
they've come to the table,
It
they
is.
say, and are trying to create a new council. Trump just says he wants the mullahs to leave and for them to basically have new elections.
Are you already on defense, Alex? Already? You're already there on defense? Trump just wants this, but these neocons, they want something else. Yeah, sure. Here we go.
So I would say I don't think the Iranian regime survives much longer unless they go for broke, and then they'll get it destroyed even more. But this is their only path unless they just run to Russia, which is they've set up the plan to do, like Assad of Syria.
Oh, my God. Sorry, I have to reset. It's laggy.
Guy.
All right, here we go.
Come on.
Unless they roll out their atomic bombs they've got that they now say they can put together in a matter of hours or days and test within a week, which I told you a long time ago they have. They just haven't put them together yet.
I told you.
Specifically, I told you that, and I said once they're
I had the answer first. Damn it.
About to be toppled, they'll come out with that and admit it, probably even do a nuclear test. I've said that many times because I know how international politics works. North Korea has a bunch of nukes, does the test, gets left alone. Iran keeps their nukes hidden like Israel does, and then thinks that that's a deterrent, but then the world can't demonize them for having it. Meanwhile, Israel has a giant arsenal of weapons, so does Pakistan. I can tell you right now, Saudi Arabia has nukes. The deal they've got is they have teams there 24 hours a day with them that are international, and they all have to agree, and then they basically flip a few switches, put a code in 5 minutes, and Saudi Arabia has its nuclear missiles, cruise missiles, bombs, you name it. They don't have any ballistic missiles from what I've been told. People will be freaking out that I know all of this, but I just have a way of knowing things. But
I just have a way of just knowing things. I mean, the gall. Unfucking believable, this guy. But whatever, we're not here for that. We know he fucking bloviates and fucking lies a lot. We know that already, right? And brags about how smart he is and he knows everything first. And actually, I've had commenters repeat that to me. Say like, oh, well, Alex figured this out before everyone else did. Where'd you get that from? Alex Jones. Oh, okay. Cool.
How dare you not be fair to your favorite commentator?
He's my favorite for different reasons than you might be thinking. I mean, I'm sure you're aware.
Respect your authority.
All right. All right, let's play more Alex.
The point is, South Africa had nukes. They gave them up. South Africa gave race-specific bioweapons to Israel. That was partially declassified. A lot of little interesting factoids, but this is a pretty serious situation because even if the Ayatollahs leave, because remember there's a council of 12, we only killed a few of them, and they all directly have their line back to Muhammad. They all look just alike. They're all first cousins, all intermarried, interbred. That's why all the Ayatollahs look exactly the same.
Bruh.
And it's a royal bloodline, like the other royal bloodlines.
They don't look that the same, bro. It's like, sure, they could be related in some sense or fashion, but just because they have the same haircut does not mean they facially look the same. I think the new guy has like a pointy nose. The other guy had like a kind of big old nose, like a giant orange on his fucking face. All right, here we go.
Dynastic religious cult. That's what Shiism is. Under the Sunni system, that's the majority of Islam, anybody can be an imam. Anybody can preach. And of course, that was more popular, so it's more dominant. Under Shiite, you got to be a cleric. You got to be trace your lineage back to Muhammad, or you can't say jack squat. They have this Council of 12 that
that is not true.
Tricked its way hundreds of years ago into Iran that didn't even have any Muslims in it and took it over, and now you see where it is. Because there's two types of countries. Countries that are Muslim and countries that are about to be Muslim. If you don't keep it.
God damn, bro.
The Quran tells them how to lie, how to be act friendly up front, then take over.
No, that's true. That's in the Quran.
I'm sure your misshapen brain came up with that, but Alex is doing it for lying purposes. It is what it is. Dave Chappelle's here to take over our country. All right, here we go. Muhammad Ali here to take over for the Muslims.
So it's a big deal. So I want to go over all the pieces of this, the different things that can take place, because even if they leave, you've got all these different factions, 5, 6 different big factions. It's probably going to devolve into a civil war. And boy, isn't that immoral to go in there and just wreck this country and just do that. And that's why I've been against this. I understand Trump's thinking. I understand he thinks what he's doing is right.
No, that's what I was looking for. That one right there is what I was looking for. I mean, he said it in the little car selfie video he released, but I want to hear more context around that point right there. He means to do the right thing, but he thinks it's the right thing to do. He's a good man. It's like, once again, over 100 schoolgirls between 7 and 12 years old evaporated in one fucking day. Has Trump mentioned it, Alex? Has he apologized for it, Alex? What did they do? They put out propaganda saying that Iran shot themselves with a missile and killed those schoolgirls. Look at that. Wait, Alex, how about all the lies just to get to this point in the first place? How come that's ignored too? Trump is accidentally lying. Every single day of his presidency about these topics. He lied all about that by accident because he's trying to do the right thing. Like, come on. And it's as simple as replace him with someone else, and what would Alex be saying? It's that simple. No wonder David Icke hounds you every fucking day of your life, Alex. You deserved it. And deserve it. He thinks he's doing the right thing. Really? Where are the signs of that, Alex? Where's the evidence? Well, it's secret documents that I have that no one else has seen ever. I have the secret documents. I have guys in the Pentagon, they know. He's a really good guy. I can't prove it to you, but trust me, bro. Trust me, Alex Jones. Not only a liar, not only a coward, but he's also stupid, too. That's why his lies suck ass so badly. At least Kyle's a clever car salesman. You're just horrendous, Alex. It's transparent, my friend. What's up, Play? Here we go.
I'm no fan of the mullahs. They are unpopular. I hope they have good regime change. But still, you can't sit around and roll the dice like this. Lindsey Graham
loves it.
Was on different shows, Fox News. I've got the clips coming up. And they say, what's the plan? He says, no, it's not Trump's job or my job to have a plan. We have no plan. So you have no
Look at him
plan.
sweating bullets. Like, fuck, how do I justify
And
this?
did you think about how this could draw Pakistan and nuclear power into it, which is happening? Did you think about the other ramifications? There's other radical Islamic groups who could get control? Well, the answer is we're not going to let them have nukes. Well, the reason they're upset is they know they already have primitive nukes, and they now have the delivery systems. And people get mad.
Just reads the talking points of the White House. Unconfirmed, no evidence for it. Just says, trust me, I've talked to a Pentagon guy. They have nukes. All they have to do is attach it to one of these long-range missiles, and boom, they'll blow up the U.S. or whatever he's going to say, right? Like selling the story while also pretending to be a fucking maverick, revolutionary fighting the system. This is going to be the 10 millionth time I've said this, but if you're an Alex Jones fan, you're a fucking idiot. If you're hate watching, fine. If you're critically watching, fine. But if you're watching this guy for your information, holy shit, are you stupid? He's given every tell in the book when it comes to someone being manipulative, gaslighting, full of shitness. It's all there.
How dare you say that about your favorite content creator?
What's
I
up,
thought you were going to be fair.
I've been mighty fair with Alex Jones. I've watched quite a bit of shit. I think it's quite evident of what the fuck the guy's doing. Excuse making, lies, bullshit, manipulation of his audience. He's trying to do that. I truly believe that. I don't think for himself, though. I think for something else. I think he's too cowardly to fight back against that thing. So thus he's here. Don't worry, Alex. You can run away as fast as you can. I'm sure the 3 packs of menthols per day will get you out of here as fast as you can, right? But I want you to stick around and learn. Redemption.
He don't smoke menthols.
You sure about that?
He smokes reds, bro.
I'm guessing menthols.
He's not black.
I saw like a cover, like a little bit like a sliver of the cover of the color of the box, and I saw that green color. I'm like,
I think he
Mentos.
smokes Virginia Slims at 120 menthol.
He smokes Trump's
He must
cock.
have had the He must have had the Hodge twins on and bummed a cigarette from one of them.
He's not a pussy. He smokes cigarettes and doesn't do those stupid sin packs.
Don't do menthol.
Right.
White people don't smoke menthol, bro, unless they're women. Maybe women.
Yeah.
Do.
All right, let's play. Here we go.
Virginia
Yeah,
Slims,
liberal-
120 menthol.
Liberal women.
Oh my god.
Well, the reason they're upset is they know they already have primitive nukes and they now have the delivery systems. And people get mad at me over the years saying Iran had nukes, saying, well, you're agreeing with Netanyahu. You know, Netanyahu always says they're 2 weeks away for like 20 years. I said the real intel because that's the information I have from good sources and my own research. And of course, Iran came out in the last 2 days and said, we're 1 day away. We can put a bomb together in a day. We can test in a week. And they may do an
You're
open
selling
air
narratives.
test or below ground test and point cameras at it.
He has throat cancer or something.
Back off or we're going to hit Israel.
Many menthols.
Like North Korea's done. The difference is North Korea's way more advanced. And
You're just
now
pissing me off now.
Gaddafi gave up his weapons program and they came and killed him. Hillary Clinton did. I saw he died. And of course, the West has been involved back to the British 130 years.
And Alex?
Hold on, can we pause it? I can't stand that fucking. I hear leftists fucking saying that. I hear fucking right wing motherfuckers saying that now. Fucking
what
was Gaddafi gonna do if he had nukes? You shoot them off, you're getting nuked back tenfold. What are you gonna nuke the biggest nuclear power in the world? That's just fucking suicidal stupidity. Like, people are pushing this shit that is literally escalating us to have more nuclear weapons on the earth and make it harder for us to have nuclear proliferation.
I get their logic, though.
That's what I want.
You see their logic.
I get the logic, but it doesn't measure up. And at the end of the day, all you're doing is supporting the military-industrial complex with that bullshit.
Oh, very possible. Unless you add some very strong caveats to what you're saying. Like, really, don't be lazy with your explanation, then
you can have a nuke.
Like,
I get why they might
unless you have a nuke that could kill everybody on Earth, it's not going to save you. It's just going to get you bombed to living fuck. It's going to give everybody an excuse to use their nuclear weapons on you.
Yeah. But once again, I get their logic, but they would have to explain a whole bunch of shit around it for it. To make sure they're not trying to say, like, no, see, look, it makes the world a better place if everyone has nukes. It's a deterrent. It's mad, whatever they fucking call it. Right?
Yeah.
So, what I understand.
But we're past mad. Like, the United States has a first strike policy kind of shit. So, like, it's just
fucking... Well, Russia does too.
Yeah, they both do. It's just psychopathic doomsday shit now. It's always been. And on top of that, it's like
but America's is worse. It's they think they can shoot a nuke off, and that means since we shot it off, Russia will chicken out. Somehow they told themselves in their head that their enemy will chicken out if we do it first.
Not this. Well, I don't even think that they think they're going to chicken out. Is that whoever launches first and makes the first attacks wins, even if everybody dies on Earth. He who hits first wins in their eyes, and they've literally said, like, there's generals and shit that have stated that.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you talk about psychological malignancy, that's it right there. I remember seeing like a movie clip, a guy talking about a movie clip from years ago and trying to analyze it kind of psychologically. It was like a Star Trek thing. I never saw the whole movie, but I saw that clip where the bad guy's hanging off the edge of a cliff, right? Hanging on by like one hand. And then, you know, what's the character? Shatner's character? Kirk? Right? Captain Kirk?
Captain Kirky.
He's like trying to save him. Like, he's like, dude, let me help you. Like, he's trying to help him up. Like, let me help you. All you're going to do is kill both of us. He's like, worth it. And he's trying to like drag him down off the cliff with him and shit. Like, it's worth it if I take you out with me. Like, I'm fine with that. Which is
I win if we all die. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that is psychological malignancy at its like blatantly that.
Well,
and then
Russia's...
on top of this all, there's been countries without nukes that have defeated the United States and kicked them out of their country, and they fucking
At least scathed them off for a while. I'll say that.
yeah.
These
So
things...
they won their conflict in their war or whatever. Like Vietnam, fucking North Korea didn't have nukes at the time when they won, but they have them now. And people always point to North Korea as like, well, they don't fuck with North Korea and they have nukes. It's like, bro, they're constantly fucking with North Korea. They're sanctioned out the asshole. They're like a fucking national pariah.
Yeah.
Russia stated, wasn't Putin that said it, was one of the generals that are right there with Pashkov or whatever. He said, in like a nuclear question kind of response was, we don't see a world without Russia. Basically implying
Yeah. I heard of that. 100% that clip.
If we come to annihilation, then we will do it. If we are threatened with annihilation, we will do it.
Which is the definition of pathology, like to a T.
Well, it's your hanging off the cliff statement. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
That's some fucking
pathology.
samurai fucking shit. Fucking psycho.
Yeah. Meanwhile, 99.999% of the population does not think that way. They don't think that way.
Well, that's why they're not allowed to push the button.
Exactly. It's almost like they're held from those positions. We let the craziest people on earth negotiate our business, our foreign policies, our domestic policies. We let the craziest motherfuckers in the room run shit.
Yeah, it's gangs. Government's just a gang.
I know.
And the toughest motherfucking gang is in charge, bro. Until another gang comes around and fucking takes your gang's territory.
Once again, although with gangs, you have like members and shit, but you don't have the rest of society bending the knee to you or like following your orders.
You got the neighborhood bending the knee to you.
It's
yeah, but you can be the neighborhood that kicks the gang out. That has happened.
Right, they'll protect
There's
they'll
parts
control.
of Mexico where the cartel can't go and shit because the fucking people there don't want the cartel there.
What happens to the drug dealer on the corner when there's no customers? They're done being drug dealers. It's over. It is over.
Or they go to a different corner.
I'm saying if there's no more customers ever again, they're done. What happens? Exactly. They have to find a new hustle. What happens to any of these countries with these malignant pathologies running these countries? What happens when the customers stop showing up? It's over. It is over. They can't do shit without police, military, doctors, drivers, guys who just operate gas stations. They are fucked without regular fucking people. They're super fucked. And they know that, which is why they have to trick you all the fuck. Like, there's for sure teams of dedicated psychologists amongst these things to fucking trick you. Straight up. Sometimes, guess what? I think they trick you to be against them sometimes in certain cases. Because they're trying to look for these automated responses.
I don't know if you're going to cover this. I'll just hold off on it. So,
what's that?
I'll tell you. I'll say it later if you don't get to it.
Okay. All right. Let's continue with Alex. Here we go.
Years ago, destabilizing the Middle East, creating these modern countries, setting them up so they'd be divided along unnatural lines. It's called the Great Game: divide and conquer, balkanization. And they've done it in India, the Balkans, the Middle East, everywhere. And you see the globalists in the West trying to divide all of us on every other issue as well.
Hey, you're part of that.
You saw the West before Trump.
Get the fuck out of here. He is a part of that. He is 100% a part of that. He fights. He does the culture war shit and tries to divide the audience from other people. Straight up.
Well, he wants to unite us behind Trump.
Exactly. Here we go.
Got in 14, 15 months ago. overthrow Assad after 15 years trying and put Al-Qaeda in charge. Then they murdered the Christians that were left.
Trump did that.
So I'm just saying that regime change is a very nasty, nasty business.
Nasty business.
Trump ran on not doing regime change. J.D. Vance ran on it. I've got clips of him. And this is the breaking of a promise here. And Trump's not been a big breaker of promises. You may disagree with some of his policies, but at least he tries to follow through with what he said. He said never let him have a nuclear weapon.
The protection.
Now they're saying we want regime change, you must leave. And I'm not trying to defend the mullahs. I'm just saying you don't tell us no more regime change that we've seen the CIA do and many times put worse people in on purpose, and then you turn around and say, oh, no, this is a great thing.
Alex, his first term alone, you saw the amount of bombings that guy was fucking doing. It was patently obvious. And let's be real, and the propaganda to do things like Gaza or Iran. Although Gaza started under Biden. But once again, same goals, it seemed like, between these two supposed enemies of each other, right? Same goals, different styles of executing it. But yeah, Alex, we have eyes and ears and a brain, man. We can see this stuff. Come on.
But Biden passed the CARES Act, though.
Oh, okay. That means he cares, right?
Yeah, and he's acting.
Okay.
Shout out to Kyle Kalinske. He taught me that.
Also, let's be real. Trump did implement and sign the Epstein Transparency Act, right? And we totally got all those. We got a lot of transparency. We got a lot of transparency. You know what I'm saying?
That was a Democrat bill that he was forced to sign on to.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right. Let's play with us. And this is just bullshit, bald-faced lying. You could see what Trump was doing when it comes to foreign policies from the very fucking beginning. I mean, I said it. I mean, Alex said it in fucking April when he bombed Syria. Alex said, "Fuck you, Trump. I can't believe I got betrayed like this." Don't worry. Alex came back. He probably got a phone call and said, "Yo, Alex, straighten the fuck up right now or you're done." Like, all right, sorry, sir. And he went back to work.
Yeah, they're probably like, remember that lawsuit you were in there, Alex?
Yeah.
Be a shame if you had another 10 of those.
Be a shame if I did the Alex Jones Transparency Act that exposes all of Alex Jones'
It's worse than
trans
that.
porn.
It's literally held over. It's literally held over him every day. Supreme Court kicked it back down, and at any moment, the courts can just like activate it. They haven't, and it's painfully obvious at this point that they are holding that over him. That's the big thing on Alex Jones. We can start the process of actually taking your fucking business, but we're not.
Didn't
yet.
they say he owes like a trillion or some shit?
A billion.
Billion
plus.
Billion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did he say?
That's fucking wild.
What did we hear, Alex?
I thought it was a trillion. It went up. No, trillion. Fuck.
They announced like 11 billion at one point, but the courts determined the two different courts, it adds up to like 1.1 billion.
We heard Alex kind of slip and say it, right? Where he said they're gonna, if the Democrats win the midterms, they're gonna put me in jail. And you know what he means by that? It is the fucking Sandy Hook stuff. I was like, wait a minute, I can see some sort of outside interest like that has nothing to do with righteousness. It's about protecting your own ass. With this whole Trump administration. All right.
And I think it is the Trump administration that holds this shit over his head. I think they tell him, like, say what we want, or we will let this court proceeding go, and your shit's gone.
Yeah. I think more than that. Wouldn't it be more than just his business going away?
No, it's just money.
I think there might be more to it. I don't know.
I mean, how we don't know, like, with supporting evidence of anything behind the scenes besides that.
No, we don't.
There could be more.
I'm just saying, possibly there's more.
Right.
But either way, it's like it just makes you a coward, Alex. You're a coward because that idea of lawsuits and stuff is not supposed to stop Alex Jones, right? Not the way he beats his fucking chest. Pause.
No, he said Henry Kissinger one time before the Sandy Hook thing said, "Look, come work for us. We'll pay you $50 million a year.
Because you're so
Otherwise, we're
fucking
gonna put you
genius.
through hell."
You're so
Yeah.
genius strategically. We need your mind working with us. Get the fuck out of here. Another fucking lie. If I had to guess. Probably a fucking lie. Henry Kissinger talking to Alex. Like, get the fuck out of here. Stop it.
He has said this 500 times. Like, you'll catch it in between segments.
Well, maybe he's a narcissistic fucking coward. Maybe that's the diagnosis there. But either way, let's hear this coward keep talking. Here's more Alex Jones.
And then the mullahs may hang on, folks. They may block the Strait of Hormuz. They're already attacking ships out there trying to sink them. I think if they wanted to, they could. They're just sending a message that they could. That happens. I've got a breakdown of what most experts believe will happen coming up. But one of my big concerns is
prices are
Iran has real terror cells around the world, particularly in Europe and in Latin America and in Africa too, and Asia. But they're
we're down 500 points
in the United States.
The Dow's up to 48,000, not 50.
Hundreds of thousands of Shiite men in this country, and it is the most aggressive form of Islam, as you've seen. I don't think anybody denies that, including them. And it is the most aggressive form of Islam, as you've seen.
In Iran?
I don't think anybody denies that, including them.
What?
And if the mullahs think they're going down and they give the order to their Hezbollah trained sleeper cells, it will make what the stuff you saw in Mexico in the last few weeks look tame. And it'll be very, very bad. And then
so Alex, I've seen him. He's been selling the story of that guy that shot up a bar from Senegal. He's been selling the story as that guy being like possibly one of the Iranian sleeper cells that are gonna come take over America. Right? They're gonna like wake up from their it's like John Wick or something, where all the assassins wake up and like, all right, it's time to go to work. And I saw plenty of things where that story looks crazy. This fool had like a custom hoodie. It said like "I love the Quran" or some shit like that. Whatever it said. Whatever the fuck his fucking hoodie said. It's something ridiculous. It's like, okay.
Wait, he made a fake video like that?
No, there was a guy who shot up a bar. And he killed like 2 people. And he's wearing like a "I love Islam" hoodie or some shit like that. Or "I love Iran" t-shirt underneath it and a Quran in the car. I was like,
Well,
I told you.
Like some Fed shit.
I told you about sleeper cells. I told you. I'm like, come on, dude.
Sleeper cells. CIA sleeper cells.
This guy, people were saying like this guy comes from a Sunni country, Senegal. Right? And Iran majority Shiite, including the leadership. Like, it could just be a lone nut. It could be FBI. It could be whatever the fuck. It looks weird to me. Either way, Alex took that story and ran with it in a certain direction, just like with Charlie Kirk. Instantly was saying, trans Antifa. They did it. Instantly, without any evidence, without anything, just said it. I'm like, yo, this guy, who was his audience members, and how are they not shitting on him for this? But then again, it's planet Earth. Let's keep playing. But yeah, he's been selling the story of the global jihad will commence. There we go.
of course, they'll get killed and we'll win. But can you imagine what the government's going to do with that? How many liberties they're going to take from us when they're the ones that let them in to begin with? I'm not losing
Trump's
any
here.
goddamn rights.
Trump's
when
here.
There's a big Muslim uprising in this country, and they've got to be dealt with, and then the rest shipped out. Okay?
Listen, Alex, I understand you're saying that Trump is really dumb and he doesn't know what he's doing, and everyone tricks him. Everyone surrounding him tricks him. But he can't be that dumb, right? To where he sees like let's say some terrorist attacks, and and he's like, all right, we need martial law. We need to lock every American in their houses or in FEMA camps in Walmart. Like, there's no way he could be that stupid, right, Alex? Would you make an excuse for that, Alex? Guess we'd have to find out, huh? What's that play? There we go. By the way, I think a lot of the like immigration stuff, that did come off as kind of worrying, like how breakneck speed they're trying to get certain things done, or if you say the wrong speech, you may get your visa or your green card lost. I'm like, I wonder if they're doing that to prepare for like something, horrendous that the American government does, and there'll be so many pissed off people. They want to have more control over everything, like getting rid of people that might say like "fuck you," might try to do something about it. I don't know. I consider the idea, or like we're blocking entry from these third world countries. Like we're blocking them, and it's mainly like, Muslim-based countries, or the majority of the faith in those countries. Like, yeah, I can see that as possible, where they plan ahead for that stuff. Like, listen, we're gonna go into a shitstorm of a war with Iran. We need to get out as many Muslims as we possibly can. Somalis, get them out. They might be Muslim. What's up, play? Here we go.
The border's wide open, but you still want to put me into a body scanner and grab my balls at the airport. It's slave training. It's humiliation ritual. I'm not against the TSA people as individuals, but the thing is horse crap.
Wait, Trump can stop that, though.
Profile, run background checks. They're already doing it. And pull people out that are suspicious. 1 out of 1,000. Leave me and my children and my testicles and my wife's breast alone.
Whoa.
Okay? It's all about slavery. It's all about biometrics. It's all about slave training.
But you could tell Trump that. Tell him about that. Alex, tell him about it. He'll listen to you because you have a direct line to the president. You don't bother to use it, though.
Now I'm going to start running through this and the different scenarios of it. Most experts believe would trigger a wider war. That's why Eric Prince, a big hawk, said don't do it. That's why Raisin Kane, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, was like, well, I'm advising against it, but we've got a plan. Publicly saying, well, I'm advised against it. Yeah, because it's rolling the dice. I'll tell you, though, on the other side of the coin, watching what we did with Maduro and now this and the rest of the world's watching, China and Russia are watching, and Russia's like, okay, we're ready and prepared to accept U.S. security guarantees for Ukraine. That means not NATO. That means not the globalist.
What?
But the U.S. will guarantee the deal, and the U.S. will put a security umbrella over it and keep NATO out. I mean, that is a big deal right there. By the way, NATO has nothing. They don't have the eye in the sky. They don't have the C-130s, the coordination. Nobody does. The Russians and Chinese do to a certain extent, maybe 1/10 of our capability. But also with that great power is great responsibility. So people drooling, look at the bombers, look how it's so wonderful. Even if you think this war is good, don't drool over it, okay?
Who are you talking about?
A lot of people are getting killed. And
Alex, if there's audience members of yours, they're saying, yeah, let's go get Iran. Trump's the good guy. These guys are, jihadi Muslims. Let's get them out of here. If someone from your audience is like that, Alex, you pre-prepared them for that. If all they know is InfoWars information, I could see someone actually believing, like, yeah, we should bomb the shit out of them. They might disagree. The thing that they might disagree with you on is actually some of the most dangerous fucking rhetoric on the internet. Where it's like, well, yeah, Alex, he's being a little soft about this. I don't think he realized how much America's winning right now. So I love Alex, but I disagree with him on this. We should bomb the shit out of those guys. Get the mullahs out. That's why your rhetoric, Alex, that is all in favor of pointing out, like, and playing defense for Trump, while pointing out how bad those guys over there are. You don't see how that sells? He knows that. And what am I talking about? He fucking knows that. Let me leave and come back real fast. I'll try to stop pausing, guys. I apologize. There we go. I get passionate. All right, let's play. Here we go.
Pride goes before
Alex Jones passionate. Damn it.
Don't tempt fate.
Where's my
I got a lot of headline examples of this, just fawning and music videos, and everyone's celebrating, and it's ridiculous. Ha, 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 ha. We got the moolah. All right, I've done a lot of research for years, but since I woke up at 2 a.m. when this was all starting yesterday.
Yeah, let's see that research.
And I want to walk through why this is so dangerous and why the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff is on record telling Trump that he's against it, but he believes it can be carried out the mission.
See that smoke? Menthols.
The ramifications are potentially very destabilizing and bad.
This guy is huffing cigarettes in the background, by the way. in between breaks.
And
sad.
He was also warned by Eric Prince and many others, and Trump still did it.
Oh, Eric Prince, whoa.
And obviously, Israel's been putting major pressure on the Trump admin. So has Saudi Arabia, because they're big arch enemies, Shiite versus Sunni. And so I want to walk through the different scenarios that go from bad to worse. Now, there is a small percentage chance. I mean, it's hard to put a number on it. Maybe 20% chance that there's regime change. They run to Russia. The country stabilizes. We can help them have elections. And wow,
Alex,
wouldn't that be nice? Okay.
Alex, the action alone is the travesty. The results, we'll see them when we see them, right? And we'll analyze it. But for now, the actual thing itself is horrendous devil worshipping. I don't care how much you think it looked good for what the U.S. did with Maduro in Venezuela, but guess what? It is peak devil worshipping, Alex. I'm sorry for pausing so much. I just can't help it. Like this fucking guy and his fucking lying. Guess what? All right, so the John Hagee guy, yeah, if you blow up a country, like the attempt of it, because the point is to bring Jesus back, guess what? It's still a devil-worshipping fucking action. I don't care if Jesus shows up on a fucking surfboard and says, fuck it, cowabunga, dude. I don't care. And by the way, if it was the real Jesus, he'd be like, you guys, God damn it, you're dumb. You did all that just to bring me back? Why not just be good people? You don't need me around. Be a good person. Try your best. Anyways, here we go.
But if you look at England, that set up the Middle East 130, 120 years ago during that 10-year period, and there's been thousands of books written on it. It's very historical. The movie with Lawrence of Arabia is about a snapshot of it. It's excellent.
I mean, it is the video with
Peter O'Toole. Then the U.S. picks it up after World War II and does the exact same divide and conquer thing. And then Israel does it. And what does the West do? We go in and overthrow good governments that are pro-America and put bad ones in. And then go overthrow those later and put another bad one in to keep the place on its knees. And the West has been funding for 130 years, starting with the British Empire, the radical Muslim cavemen out of the deserts. That's what they did. And would have them go invade the main cities and then overthrow them. The proxy armies. And you saw Obama fund the Arab Spring and overthrow Egypt and a bunch of other allies and blow up thousands of churches. Remember all that?
You mean Syria?
And Egypt on its own
Egypt was a part of it.
Got back in control. Why would the CIA, it's declassified, they admitted at the time, overthrow a bunch of our allies? Because they don't want stability over there. Why would Israel overthrow Assad and put Al-Qaeda in? That happened a year and a half ago.
Why would Israel? Trump did that. Trump did that, Alex. In fact, Israel bombed Syria after they put a new leadership in. They bombed their fucking like Capitol building or some shit like that. And Trump said, look at this big, strong man, big hands, big and strong. And acknowledging that this guy used to be wanted. It's an expensive man. He's had a very tough past. He's a tough man. Very handsome and tall. The U.S. installed that guy. Probably along with Israel. But let's be real, the main on-the-surface players were the U.S. putting him in there. Then they walked his ass right to an IMF building and said, take these loans. And fucking drown your country for the rest of its existence. We all saw that, Alex. He blamed Israel for that. Like, yo, he's such a fucking liar. Fucking liar. Fuck my life, dude. Also, by the way, those little rebels in Syria, Trump funded them too. Look at that. Shit. He did that too, Alex. Of course you have to ignore that. Of course you do. And by the way, Trump put out a tweet years before questioning it. In words, at least, on Twitter. Saying, why is Obama funding these so-called moderate rebels? What does Trump do? He goes into office in his first term and funds those same motherfuckers. Remember the questions about the white helmets? He funded them too, increased their funding. Fast forward to 2025, right? Or 24, I guess, right? Assad leaves, escapes to Moscow or whatever the fuck. It's kind of a scrambled, chaotic mess, but you can see Al-Qaeda guys taking over the country, right? You hear all the stories of, Alawites and Christians being murdered in Syria. What does Trump do? He shakes his hand and says, "Thank God we have this new leader. He's a big, strong, handsome man." Like, he's such a liar, dude. And Alex Jones fans won't know this because they don't fucking hear any actual news from this guy. There we go.
The head of Al-Qaeda. Why 53 do we overthrow Mohammed Mossadegh in Operation Ajax in Iran, who was trained in the West, pro-America.
So goddamn smart about shit. So smart. I know everything.
A serious reformer, but he said, I want half the money for the people of Iran from Anglo-American Oil, the British oil company. And they said, meet the Shiites. And they overthrew him. The West double-crossed the Shiites, put the Shah in. Then the Shah, decades later, didn't do what he was told, so they overthrew him and helped the Ayatollah Khomeini come in. And at the same time, did an Iran-Contra deal with him. Weapons, money, all of it. And who ran the Iran-Contra? The U.S., Israel, and Iran. To get money outside of Congress to fight the communists in Central and South America. So this isn't
and now Trump's
something that happens
the script.
Some. It happens every time.
But this time,
Jimmy Carter,
now Trump's continuing this script, this story, right? He's doing the same thing, but this time it's different because Trump is a good guy. He doesn't mean to be so much in line with these people that Alex would call neocons or evil Democrats or communists. George Soros backed whatevers, right? Everything is exactly the same as these other guys and the roles they played in regards to the Middle East and foreign policy and the creepy corruption that's up and down the motherfucker, right? All of that is still continuing on. The only difference is Trump is a good guy, though. He means well when he's doing the same exact thing those guys are doing. And he wants you to believe that. God damn. Listen, Trump, you couldn't have picked anyone fucking worse to be one of your spokespeople. He's so stupid that he's going to say all these other little factoids that a lot of people already know about. And then say, like, well, but nothing's happening here. Nothing's happening over here, though. This Trump guy, he's all right. It's everything around Trump. Like, couldn't you say the same about every other fucking president, then, if you wanted to? You could break your back trying to defend them. And say it's the deep state around them, not them. They have nothing to do with it. But when those guys do something, he uses their name. He says, Obama did this. Biden did that. Bush did that. When it comes to Trump, listen, the U.S. and the deep state, the military-industrial complex, starts using these other names. What's funny is Tucker sounds the same way. I can't wait to hear what he thinks. Will he finally say Trump's name in regards to blame for something where it's like blatant corruption? Will he say the name? I haven't heard it yet. To be fair, maybe he said something. I haven't seen it. But I've seen a lot of him making excuses. Not making excuses, kind of. A little bit. Yeah, he is making excuses because he's pointing at, oh, it's those guys over there. It's Israel. It's neocons. Never says Trump. Then they go golfing together. I'm like, look at that. He's a good guy, man. Here we go.
It happens every time. Jimmy Carter, Brzezinski going and funding the Taliban to create the Mujahideen to fight the Russians. Then it turns into Al-Qaeda. See how this works? I could give you another 50 examples.
Damn, you're a fucking genius, Alex.
CIA trained Saddam when he's 18 years old as a commando for 2 years in Egypt, sends him in, takes him from the late 50s until 78 to finally overthrow the government. He becomes a security head. He then, with the CIA, betrays that leader of the Ba'athist Saddam becomes the dictator. His first order in the early 80s is to attack Iran with $40 billion of U.S. funding, a 7-year Iran-Iraq war. Then the U.S. says, you got to pay the money back. He says, I don't have it. U.S. Ambassador April Gillespie on TV, he says, well, I'm going to invade Kuwait. They're stealing my oil slant drilling. She says, we won't get involved in inter-Arab affairs. Go ahead. He attacks.
Okay.
We had surround him, obliterate him, call him the devil. Come back again later, destroy the country, 2003. Grab Saddam, hand him to the Shiites, the Iranians.
He's going through all this.
Who then publicly execute his ass.
He's going through all this to
you
tell us
that. You see how this works? See how sick this
Trump
is?
doesn't know he's doing something
wrong.
wrong.
This, Alex, you should support regime change.
He's going through all this history to tell us that Trump doesn't realize he's doing something wrong. Like he means well. It's just like, you know, but I'm against it, though. I'm against it. But he's a good guy. And listen, people keep telling me I'm not strong enough of a Trump supporter. I am. Watch me, damn it. There we go.
The people need it. The Iranian people, they want their country back. They're Persians. They're great. Yeah, they are great.
Same thing Trump's saying.
And 90% of them aren't really Muslims. But every time we go wreck these countries, instead they ship all the pissed off Muslims to Europe and the United States and the UK and Australia and Canada.
So Trump is
so I know how this works. I know what the globalists are doing with the replacement migration.
The globalist agenda. By accident, he's doing the globalist agenda.
And nobody's hated radical Islam like Western intelligence and the Israelis and the British and our own government. And nobody's brought them here more than they have. You think the Republicans couldn't have blocked the Democrats the last 40 years shipping in tens of millions of Muslims? It's all part of a destabilization plan. Now, Trump says he's not doing that anymore. He's not letting the CIA launder drug money publicly anymore. He's really going after the cartels. He is reforming. But he'll be gone in 3 years. And it'll just switch right back to the way it was.
Everything he explained there is still going on under Trump. It's like, well, listen, in 3 years, he's going to be out of there, and then they're going to do the same things, but that guy's he's going to be a big meanie when he's doing it. But Trump, he's a good guy doing the same things. This is his logic, bro. This is embarrassing. They can't. Holy fuck. Who would fall for this shit, bro? Trump is cleaning things up. We only have him for 3 more years, though. Where is he cleaning up at? Liar. Here we go.
So that's why I'm against regime change. That's why I'm against all this meddling. Because the globalists
it's not because I don't love Trump's cock. Damn it.
Maybe this time will be different. I want to talk about the different dangerous scenarios involved in it. But it does have the byproduct of making China and Russia really respect the U.S. That means fear Trump. And they should fear him. Trump is in charge. He does whatever he wants to. He goes off what he feels instinctively is the best thing, and usually it's right. But this is quite a moment to be alive right now.
He's swallowing his conscience in real time. He's like, well, wipes his brow. What a time to be alive. This motherfucker, bro. Oh shit! Look at it. He has those like right here. You can see those eyes where it's like, fuck my life. He's a ghost, bro. He's staring at his conscience like, fuck. I'm gonna pay for this later. I can't believe that shit. Listen, there's a benefit to this. Russia and China are now scared of Trump, and then they should. They should be afraid of Trump for sure. And Infowars.com. That's a fucking full of shit artist, bro. Look at him struggle to hold his conscience back. Just flailing. Look at this shit.
That means fear Trump, and they should fear him. Trump is in charge. He does whatever he wants to. He goes off what he feels instinctively is the best thing, and usually it's right. But
Look my life. Trump is following his instincts, and you know he's usually right. But 1,000-yard stare. Last time I played it. All right, here we go.
Whatever he wants to, he goes off what he feels instinctively is the best thing, and usually it's right.
That's the thing about it. That's the thing about it.
This is quite a moment to be alive right now, and it's extremely dangerous because, in general, somebody with this much power and taking action when America's been living on its knees will make enemies back down. But a certain percentage of the time, historically, no one can quantify exactly because it goes into the current time, the group, the things that are happening. But about 20-30% of the time, it actually makes people decide to go to war with you.
They're watching their cities blow up.
We can't beat Russia and China. They can't beat us. That's why it's called mutually assured destruction. The only way to win the game is not to play. Remember war games in the 80s? A strange game. The only way to win is not to play, the computer says at the end. And the computer was just programmed to learn how to win a nuclear war, and so it goes ahead and does simulations, and it makes it in the real world, and then understands and says, oh, God, I've run the simulation. We can't do this. Yeah, humans did that too, computer. And by the way, the top AI programs that the Pentagon uses, it's in the news, have run all of our war games that we've done and others have done, and they found the exact same scenario 97% of the time. You have any type of limited nuclear war, it goes full nuclear within hours or days. Total destruction of the surface of the earth 97% of the time. That was out last week. With Claude and the
showing movie clips, bro.
Beds, even wrong. We or China, I don't going to happen, but in most of the scenarios, it's not good.
Like movies and shit.
I don't think we should have appeased Iran. I don't think we should have given Pakistan nuclear weapons like Clinton did, or China the delivery systems. But we are where we are now. So when I see stuff like this by people I even like, I know that
copyrighted.
The real soldiers I know and the real people I know that are engaged in real conflict, they'll tell you it's bad luck to make a joke out of this stuff. It's bad luck to celebrate victories in this way. It's just unseemly. When we're basically the equivalent of Martians, to humans in War of the Worlds, pulling the legs off insects, with tweezers under a magnifying glass. And Islam has to be dealt with, but the the unseemliness of this type of stuff. I know it's funny at one level, but it's not good luck, put to you that way, to run around celebrating this stuff when we're not out of the woods by a long way.
And
there I'm saying. So here's
and there it is. Once again, none of the mention of the kids being blown up, obviously. And hey, it's all good if if America only takes a few casualties, but the mullahs are overthrown. Meaning, and that means more than that, right? Because it's going to be people that live in those countries, right? Let's say they whether they are or for or against Iran's current government or the IRGC or whatever, right? Whether they're for or against it, a lot of them will die, Alex. A lot of them have died already. And Alex is going to measure this shit based on, if they do, if the IRGC fucking surrenders, say, all right, here's our weapons, we're done, we give up. He's going to call it a good thing that the U.S. rolled into a foreign country and overthrew it, along with Israel and other countries. He say, look how efficient this was. Damn it, he's so smart. There is no wrongs that Trump can do. There's zero wrongs that Trump can do. That is officially Alex Jones's position. There is no wrongs. Incredible. And he still survives. This guy has a career still. I can't believe it. He should have 0 viewers. Daily, 0 viewers. Actually, he should have 1 viewer. Me. I'll be his only fucking friend. There we go.
Bomb, Iran. And then another incredible AI creation. I mean, it is entertaining as hell.
Oh, it is, huh?
But it's got, nuclear war written all over it. Don't tempt fate. A
American
flock of
side?
seagulls. Here they are back to back. Then I'm going to hit the hardcore news.
Bum, 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 Iran.
Get this stupid shit out of here. Get this stupid shit out of here. Oh my god, he's gonna show fucking straight violence. Yep, that's it for me. Thanks, Alex. He's gonna show violent images and fucking people bleeding out and getting CPR and shit. Of course he's gonna do that. It's Alex Jones. Fucking works for the devil, cunt, Alex Jones. He doesn't know he is, but he is. He doesn't know it. And Trump's not the devil either, by the way. He's, what does David Icke call these guys? Gophers? He's a gopher. That's who Alex is. That's what Trump is. They're gophers. For something they don't understand. That's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but, a lot of people struggle with that. Either way, I'll end the video there. There's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree or disagree. What do you think about this? Like, we live in this weird reality. It's very weird where if I'm shitting on Alex and Trump, they're going to call me a Democrat supporter or a Biden voter or a Bernie bro or some shit like that. If I shit on Biden and Bernie and Kyle Kalinske, I'm a MAGA fan, I'm an Alex Jones fan, I'm a Trump fan. It's like, are we going to give that up at some point? You fucking, these are, you're trapped. I don't care how many words you memorized. You're trapped psychologically in some of the dumbest fucking behaviors on planet Earth. Literally. The beautiful thing about intelligence is having a vantage point. That's what makes it intelligent. You can see more of the vista. But if you're sitting at the bottom of the fucking hill with nothing but a forest in front of you, you don't see anything. You're blind trying to guide people that can see better than you. Thank God there's motherfuckers with integrity that exist. They're not going to play your stupid game. God, embarrassing. But please, someone, show me a sign of life out there. Try to be some sense of intelligence behind your statements. If you disagree, make an argument about it. That's all. It could be one sentence, or it could be whatever. Try. Just maybe a little bit. Try. I'd love to see that one day. I'm like, damn. Okay, I'm getting some actual conscious arguments instead of just fanboys and fangirls. Andrew Wilson would destroy you. You're lame, you MAGA supporter. Kyle's so genius. Bro, shut up. Alex Jones has predicted this for 20 fucking years. What have you done? These are the lame brain arguments I'm seeing. Yes, there's a lot of bots out there, but I think there's a lot of real people too making these statements. I don't know who would spend bot time on me, on my small little channel. I don't know. Usually it's sex bots, by the way. I'm just saying. But, yeah, guys, leave your comments. Don't forget to share support. Hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. All opinions are welcome. I promise you, all opinions. And you can help drown out the baby poop I have to see day in and day out. You can write so many things about your opinion about life or politics or sports or religion or food or movies or whatever. You say so many things like that, I don't even see the baby poop anymore. That'd be lovely. Also, if you want to come and argue and shit, that's fine too. I don't do traditional debates, but you're more than welcome to make arguments. Just no one ever does. Until they do. And yes, everything I showed you will be linked for you in that same description box for you to look at on your own without us pausing it or talking over it, mainly me, basically. And you can, get the raw footage, if you will. But please take advantage of that. Most importantly, more than anything else, give this video a thumbs down.